Okay, B'ezrat Hashem, we're on the topic Shalom Bayit again. Page 177, chapter 8. The caption today is Red Carpet. It says, a man who performs all kinds of loving kindness outside the home, but forgets about his wife, faces a very difficult challenge, right? We said, where do you have to do the chesed? First at home. You cannot, on the account of your wife, do chesed outside and be, in this organization, that organization while she's suffering. And she's thinking, where's my husband? Cannot do that. Yeah, so he says, let's say a person forgets his wife. In his own eyes, and in the eyes of almost everyone that knows him, he's a truly generous person. Ooh, you know this guy? Wow, this guy. He is respected and honored in his community. People like him. They're happy to see him and want to be around him. He feels good about himself for all the kind acts that he does and from the positive feedback that he receives. As the Talmud says, the world stands in the merit of his good deeds. Yeah, everybody sees him as a man who's giving. He's always, involved in community affairs and so on and so forth. When he comes home, he expects to get the same warm and respectful treatment from his wife. He knows about all the good that he does and thinks that she should be grateful to be married to such a kind person. Thoughtful and well-liked husband. Yeah? Meaning, he says, she should know. You know how much I do outside? She automatically should know. She's lucky to be my wife. The reality that greets him is very different. His wife is full of anger, disdain, and has complaints against him. She doesn't honor him in the slightest. His status outside the home does not impress her at the least. Yeah? Well, you could be a very, very high level person outside. But when you neglect your wife and you come home, she's thinking you're the worst person on earth. Why are they respecting you? You disrespect me, I don't know who you. Why are they saying so many good things about you? He says, her complaints are totally justified. She should be first priority in his world. Yeah, in his world. But she isn't. He spends his whole day doing favors for everyone else, but not for her. She doesn't understand why she comes last on his list of priorities. Why is she less than everyone else? Why does he do acts of kindness for everyone except for her? Why does he have time for complete strangers, but not for her? It's very easy to do chesed outside. Yeah, why? You're going to get so much feedback from them. Oh, wow, you're so good, yeah?
We're talking about the person who always there, nothing at all.
Yeah, many people are like that, by the way. Many people are like that. When we're talking about chesed, 1 second. He says, having learned the chapter first place, one readily understands the mistake that such a husband is making. But a naive and unaware husband that's ignorant of the message of the first place, quote unquote, may think that he's justified in his behavior and in his expectations. You hear? Meaning, if a husband doesn't know that the wife is first place, many people don't know. They think the mother's first place, they think the father's first place, they think the job is first place, they think the shul is first place, they think the rabbi is first place, they think his learning is first place, yeah? Everything is first place, and then if he has time, oh yeah, where's my wife? Yeah? And she sees this. She sees how much importance you put over there, she sees what you're doing over there, yeah? And she's thinking, what's going on over here? And you know what? He in his mind thinks that's how it's supposed to be. My wife should know that I have learning group, that I have my rabbi who needs me, that I have my mom who needs me, that I have my dad who needs me, yeah? My job needs me, my customers need me, everybody needs me. And she's thinking, and me? What am I? I'm shoelaces over here. What's going on? What about me? Yeah? Suppose the story ends here, with both sides having complaints about each other. The husband complains that his wife doesn't honor him like everyone else does. And she complains that she's bottom rung in his lifetime. But it doesn't end here. The wife's frustration grows from day to day. She constantly complains that he has no time for her and doesn't do anything for her. He fails to understand and sees her as a selfish shrew that wants to stop him from doing all of the good deeds. This further drives his wife into deep emotional distress and into a downward cycle of despair. This is a very important, I don't know what you want to call it, 2-3 sentences, because what happens is many men do not realize that every action that they do puts her into an even deeper and deeper and deeper distress level. And therefore, the deeper distress she is, the more she looks bad. Why? Because she's unable to function this way. You hear? She's unable. And she's not even able to tell him, excuse me, listen, I need to be first place. Because that's not something that she understands clearly. Meaning, it's an understood fact that she has to be first place in his life, yeah? But she can't go and tell him, excuse me, I need to be first place. I've never heard that from my wife, you know? But it's like this. The actions are speaking, but we're not understanding the actions. Why is she acting like that? You hear? And this goes back to what I said the other day, yesterday, right? When she came down after she allowed everybody to, and the bowl was a different bowl, and she started lashing out at the guy. Why? It was a little thing. But for her, that was like makebe patish, the last straw where she said, okay, bottle open, I have the boom champagne, yeah? I'm gonna, yeah? So very important. And he says, it doesn't just stay, okay, so I'm not first place, okay, I'll complain a little bit and whatever, he's gonna think I'm not supporting his endeavors. No. A downward cascading thing, which is gonna make her so frustrated and so distraught that she's gonna ruin the relationship. That she's gonna make everything, and he's gonna think, what is she doing? I don't understand, what's wrong with her? Why is she acting this way? Excuse me, Rabbi, well, I think we need to take my wife to the doctor or something like this. Not normal the thing she's doing. Yes, it's not normal what she's doing. Why? Because you put her in an unnormal situation. She's feeling, huh? No, in the beginning everything is fine. In the beginning everything is fine. As the marriage progresses, she sees that everybody's important, she's not.
No, if it's happening from the beginning, where it's the marriage,
Yeah.
you're doing whatever you said.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
But when the marriage already, let's say 10, 15 years.
Oh, your mom is deep into the garbage.
Yes.
You're deep into the
No,
garbage.
I'm talking about when the problems, she started doing this problem.
Yes.
for him.
So let me explain to you.
And, you know, the parents getting up before they were younger.
Yeah.
they tell themselves.
So let's
The
explain
parents
how this
getting
goes
old,
because this is very important.
No,
It goes like this. First year, second year, she's tolerating it.
not
You,
all
one
the-
second.
everything okay.
No, you think it's
You
okay.
think it's okay.
You think it's okay. You think it's okay. But she's tolerating. She think, okay, maybe it's this year, maybe it's this month, maybe this, maybe that. She gives you signs. You don't see the signs. It gets worse. She gives you, and then it gets so deep that mamash, you think this person is split personality. That's not the person I married. Mulo Cohen, I know you're thinking, no, I did everything good. We think.
I don't talk about
No, no,
the thing.
I-
The thing is, in the beginning of the marriage, you'll have the kids and everything was fine, right? The very
You remember what-
Parents weren't there.
Okay, Mulo Yaakov,
Friends were-
Mulo Cohen. It's not about friends. It's not about friends. It's not. No, he's thinking. You know, when you used to take her out before the child came, and now you don't take her out because of the child. Because one second. Where are we gonna find babysitter? You know what she's thinking? This child no good. My husband put this child before me.
I don't say that.
Yes, but what I'm telling you is we don't realize what's affecting her problems.
You have to understand how she thinks.
Yeah.
You talking all the time how you think.
No,
Yeah.
I understand. Put it out. I'm talking about the
You don't
the beginning,
understand.
10, 15 years ago, everything fine.
There's no
Who
such
said
thing as
fine?
everything
Who said it's
fine.
fine?
No.
Yeah,
Yes. How? I'm trying to explain to you how. Look, it starts as a small progression. That's what he's saying over here. He says, look, one more time. He says, I have to read this again for you. Suppose the
Read it
story ends here. Suppose the story ends here where he's doing outside, she's doing outside. That's what you're saying. Says, with both sides having complaints about each other, small complaints. You're like this, you're like that. He goes, the husband complains that his wife doesn't honor him, and everyone else does, and she complains that what? I'm the bottom, he doesn't care about me. Quietly. But he says, it doesn't end here. It says, but it doesn't end here. The wife's frustration grows from day to day, meaning from month to month, from year to
Yes,
year,
baby.
it becomes worse.
Yeah.
That's why you see people, 36 years old, I want a divorce. You'd be, why? Everything was fine. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, we had minor conflicts here and there. You hear? But everything was fine. No, it was fine with you, but it wasn't fine with me, with meaning her. It wasn't fine with her. Why? Because she was eating and she was eating it in and she was holding it in the heart and she was holding it in the heart. Now it blows up. Yeah.
I think what Koren's question is
Yes.
where the husband in the beginning does very good stuff.
Yeah.
He does.
Yes.
Really does.
He'll never have a
His
problem.
question is,
He'll never have a problem.
and then after 15 years, 20 years, he devotes himself to the community.
Wrong thing.
No.
Wrong
He's
thing.
asking what's gonna be there.
It's gonna be major problem. No way. It's gonna be
Get all-
major problem. That's why.
Still
See,
number one has to
absolute-
ask
no.
the question.
I know this is not his question. This is not his question. He's thinking 15 years he's doing everything right. Right? He's thinking 15 years you're doing everything right. What I'm telling him, I know it's the life. She does not understand life. That's what we're trying to tell you. Look what I just gave. I gave you an
That's the
example.
problem then. She don't
No, she doesn't have the problem.
That's the way she's
That's the way she's made. Look, Mr. Cohen, I'm telling you like this. You know, before the kids, we have a whole year, no kids, no nothing, right? We go out, we go vacation. Look, one kid happens, you know what happens? She wants to go on vacation. You're like, no babysitter. No, they don't go. There's many people, they don't go. Why? They go, your mama doesn't want to see him. My mom doesn't want to see him. We can't put him in a babysitter. We can't take him that now. So this year, no vacation. You know what she's feeling inside? I can't believe this. What's going on? Yeah? Another kid comes out. No going out, no this, no that. And this becomes, now she's eating it. Why? Because she's also understanding that she has a child, but she's saying, but why doesn't he take me out? You understand? But we can't go out. Where are we going to go out? We have such small kids. Listen, it happens to many people. And that's when, after 10 years, this is already deep inside. And then your mother gets sick, like you said. I never did. Now you have to devote time to your mother. Now she's saying, oh yeah? Oh, now I'm going to give it to him. You understand? That's how it is. Because the progression has been bad. If the progression is good, I guarantee you she's going to tell you, go to your mom. I guarantee you. It's just our progression is bad. Why? Lack of knowledge. We don't know these things. We don't know these things. You understand? Behemet, we don't know these things. If we knew, again, don't say sayus. Everybody says, but my grandfather, my this. Forget about that. We're living in a new generation right now. We're living in a generation where it's not like it was. Before, they ate it and they didn't say anything about it. Why? Everybody ate it. All the ladies. But now it's not like that.
What about the chesed on her side?
Again.
What about her side? What
So,
about taking to the kids?
so he says, when you do chesed with her, she's gonna do chesed like you don't know what. But what happens? We do chesed with everybody else. We forget about her. And you know what we're saying? Where's your chesed? Don't you see? I'm helping my friend change his tire. Don't you see? I'm driving my mother to where she needs to go. You don't do any kind of chesed. What's wrong with you? What kind of chesed woman are you? Ibi? Because she's empty. She's empty.
no gasoline.
When we show her chesed and fill her up, believe me, she's pushing you to do chesed. Go. You understand? Try to understand it once and for all.
You forget one point. The parents did not have any filter in the mouth. Don't forget this point.
I know it's some parents like that.
I know very well, I'm not from Switzerland, okay? The parents of the Khatan, they didn't have filters.
In Russia, maybe.
Here too.
Here too.
Now.
Here too.
Now.
Yeah. They think that they own her. and
Exactly.
she has to go according
Filter. In the mouth, they don't have a filter.
She's going to
Is
rip
anything.
this husband apart no matter what you're gonna do. No matter what you're gonna do, you're dead meat. You are dead meat. Yes. If
I don't know from my parents said any bad word, but she said something. She got what do you call it? Demands from her, but never said bad words.
But they demand from her.
Demand, right? Maybe probably
What right do they have demanding from her?
I don't know.
What right do they have demanding from her?
Oh, it's the bad.
Again. So that's why we have to
So they said, well, demands.
we
Some
have to recalculate because especially in this in this in this time especially.
They're gonna say you're not my mom, you're not my dad.
Yeah. It's and you know what? The new generation is also thinking this way.
No, what
The
to
new
say?
generation is also thinking this way,
Huh?
and that's the problem. But anyway, the poor of your household come first. Yeah, there's a mitzvah. You hear? Mulakilov. Where do we give tzedakah? First at home, then around the neighbors, then around the block, then around the community, then as it goes further and further. Yeah. Unfortunately, the
think it's
people of
about
Israel,
10,000.
they get the money last. You know what I mean? Well, what happens? We give them first.
Let me see.
So what happens like this? He
What's
said
my
we have to
guess?
think. Why does that husband hold his wife last as his lowest priority? Why? He says, is he such a wicked, cruel person? No. He's simply forgotten the essential rule of loving kindness, namely that the poor of one's household come first, the poor, right? Oh, it's not understood. It's you understand it, but we don't
9,704.
understand it. Many people don't understand it. Why? Because they're thinking, but I'm needed in the community, sweetie. Why you don't understand? I'm needed in the community. You understand? He says, Rav Yosef elaborated on the verse. If you lend money to my people,
Yes.
to the poor who are with you, and
Okay,
said,
thank you.
poor people or rich people,
Thank you for coming.
poor people come first. Poor of your city and poor of another city, poor of your city comes first.
Okay.
Poor of your
I'm
family
sorry,
and
because
poor
I-
of your city,
bother you.
poor of your family comes first. This is in Talmud Bava Metzia. We did it on page 71.
No,
You hear?
no, it's okay.
So therefore, when a
You too,
person
Habibi.
is poor in your house, what does that mean, poor? She's lacking attention. She needs love. Therefore, you got to stop everything and take care of her. So we had a group member over here whose wife was an hour and a half away, and she told him, I need you to come now. And he was a good student, and he went there. So I mentioned this to another individual. And I said, listen, if tomorrow your wife says, I need you now, and he has a medical office, yeah, he's patients. I said, guess what? He says, what? I said, you have to close and go. He said, what? What do you mean? I said, tell me, if she was in the emergency room, you would go? Absolutely, I would go right away. She's in an emergency. I said, when she's calling you, she knows you have patients. She knows you have customers. She knows you're sitting and doing. She's not stupid. When she's telling you, I need you, please come, she's not deranged. Absolutely not. She is so deep into this, frustration and dead inside. Emergency room. She's saying, I'm in emergency room, I need you. And if you tell her, listen, I'm sorry, but I can't. Boom, that's it. That's it. But you know how many of us do that? Meaning, a lot of us do that in other things that are not like this. Where she tells you, Johnny Man, can you please from work get this, and that? And you're thinking, what? I come from work 7 o'clock. She doesn't work at all. She's sitting home. Excuse me, you can't do that yourself? I don't understand. Don't you know I'm working? How many of us say that? How many of us say that? All the time, even now. You understand? But for her, this is emergency room. Whatever that emergency is. And therefore, we have to understand the behind the scenes. Why is she saying this? She knows you're working. She knows you will get up in the morning. She knows you have to go shacharit, and then after that you have to go mincha aravit. If she's asking, it means there's something behind the scenes which we have to read into it. You understand? He says over here, if a person wants to give charity, lend money, or do any other acts of loving kindness, and there are many who are in need of such help, rich people, poor people, local people, those in his street, the members of his household, he must start with the poor of his own home. If there is anything left over, he should give to the poor of his street and then work outwards from there. You hear? Everything, of course, is like this, correct? So if he's energetic to do mitzvot and this and that, first at home, Johnny Ma, how are you? What do you need, Slatka Ma? How can I help you? Talk to me, yeah? Let me fill you up. And then if you have time, says if you have resources, then you go out to the next street, next. You understand? He says, one's first obligation is to one's own family. Only afterwards can he do to other needy people. When inspired to do kindness, one must remember that kindness begins at home with his own wife. Once he has been generous to her, he can use the opportunity to do even more kindness outside of his home, in his street, in his neighborhood, or in the whole world. Yeah? And he'll be blessed. But only when? When she's fully satisfied and she's completely, enveloped in this yeah? He says the litmus test of a man's character is how he behaves in his own home behind closed doors. You see? You know what a litmus test is? The health department used to come and they used to check our water. The water that would be for the towels. And if it's regular water, you get a fine. If it's water with chlorine, you're good. Too much chlorine, no good. So they would have this little piece of paper and okay, blue color, red color, whatever. So it says the litmus test. This is called the litmus test. The litmus test of a man's character is a man behind closed doors. We love those closed doors. You know why? Because we could do anything we want, yeah? But when it's open doors, tzaddik, he's smiling. This guy has Shalom Bayit problems? No, come on. You kidding me? Look at him. What a character he has. Such a personality he is, yeah? He says, this is true of all of his traits, and especially with the trait of kindness and generosity. If a person is not kind and generous with his wife, it's a sign that whatever kindness he does outside the home is false and insincere. You know how he's doing it outside? Wow, oops. You're such a tzaddik. Look at him. Stays after everybody, fixes all the chairs, does everything. At home, his wife says, sweetie, can you please take out the garbage? Garbage? Who am I to do? I look like a garbage man to you? Ibi. In the shul, he's licking everything up. Yeah? At his own home. Sweetie, can you please help me with the garbage? Sweetie, can you just wash one? I'm so tired. I did everything. I just have this one dish to wash. Do I look like a maid to you? Imagine that. Now imagine Shino. What? Why is? What?
A friend calls the husband 2 o'clock in the morning and say, I got stuck on the highway. 5 minutes, I'll be there.
Tapar.
Where are you? So his wife said, where are you going? He said, my friend is, I have to help him. Okay, very nice. Then one night passed. Now at 2 o'clock in the morning, he is asleep. And the baby is up. Leave me alone. I'm tired. You know what's going to happen? Do you know what's going to happen to you? Huh?
Good example. And that's right here.
Your chesed is worthless.
3 feet away. 3 feet away. That's exactly.
Huh?
הילד בוכה בלילה,
כן.
הבעל אומר, אתה תקום.
Yeah.
האישה אומרת, אתה תקום.
Yeah.
ועשת השם,
היא תקום.
מחשבות בלביש. ועשת השם, היא תקום.
That's last week. That's last week. That's Rabbi last week.
He says, it is, jokes goes out. He says, it is a show that he puts on for ulterior motives when he's outside, doing chesed, and at home doesn't do anything. He says the test is especially with his wife and not with his children. For there are many husbands who treat their children well, but don't treat their wives properly. Why? This is a big mistake, since such behavior shows his wife that he doesn't love her, that he only loves the children. Says Rav Chaim Vital of blessed memory, says the principal disciple of the Arizal wrote like this: there are people who do kindness with everyone, but not with the members of their own home. And they think to themselves that when they arrive to the world of truth, the gates of the Gan Eden will open up for them. Woe to them and woe to their souls, for they do not realize that all their acts of kindness, vanity, garbage. You didn't do anything, my friend. Yeah? He's thinking, wow, tzaddik, everybody knows what I did for the community. I'm this, that. The poor wife is miserable. He's thinking he's going to go to Gan Eden. Wow, they're going to say, excuse me, my friend, your line is down there. Yeah? What do you mean? I did so much. You didn't do anything. Yeah? So this has to talk to us that what? We have to know what priorities are. If we don't know what priorities are, unfortunately, we could be doing the wrong thing completely. You hear? He says, a man who's first charitable at home with his wife and only afterwards does favors for others merits the title of truly charitable person. His acts of loving kindness will contribute to the building of the world, since they first contributed to the building of his own home. Yeah? Our main focus in this world should be what? Our home. Yeah. Unfortunately, the society makes it what? No, the business, the money, the success. Yeah. The women thinking what? I'm gonna be lawyer, I'm gonna be doctor. They put years and years of their, whatever. And what happens at the end? At the end, it's all vanity. It's what do you mean? No, I hear you. But society pushes them to what? Be successful outside. Forget the inside. Be successful outside.
Inside you are loch.
Exactly. Yeah?
Yeah. You're friar, you.
Yeah? He says,
אם זה לא, אני לא יודע את הסיפור, אתם לא שמעתם מה קרה, נכון?
מה זה?
אצלי בבית מה קרה, אתם לא שמעתם.
לא, מאיפה אני יודע.
in the book of Exodus, Hashem commanded Moshe to command Aaron to smite the sand with Aaron's rod, and out would come a swarm of lice, the third of the 10 plagues that Hashem brought upon Egypt. The question is asked, why did this plague have to come about through Aaron and not through Moshe? Moshe says to Aaron, hit the land so that the lice come out. So why don't he hit it? Why Moshe doesn't hit it? He says, Rashi answers, it was not fitting for the sand to be hit by Moshe. Why? Since it protected him when he killed the Egyptian taskmaster, and he buried him with the sand. Therefore, Aaron was the one to smite the sand. This is the extent of gratitude that Hashem expects from us. Sand, inanimate object, yeah? He has no feelings, doesn't talk, doesn't do anything. Did not consciously choose to help Moshe. Consciously, he didn't help Moshe. Moshe just covered him by himself or whatever. He says, by nature, things can be buried in sand. What's more, the kindness that the sand did for Moshe was more than 60 years previous. Says that happened 60 years ago. Notwithstanding, Hashem wanted Moshe to remember how the sand had helped him and to be grateful to it. Not just to the few cubits of sand that he used, but to all the sand in the world. Turning the sand into lice would be ungrateful on Moshe's behalf. So Aaron had to be the one to initiate the plague. Imagine, a little bit of sand helped him 60 years ago. Says you have to be grateful to all the sand in the world. You hear? He says if this is the extent of gratitude that we need to show an inanimate object, an object that doesn't have feelings, doesn't move, doesn't do anything, says that have benefited us in some way, how much more so must we be grateful to a fellow human being who has benefited us? Sand doesn't have feelings, but a person does. We should all all the more so be grateful to our wife, who does so much for us, who is especially sensitive and an emotional person. Yeah, we forgot that we wanted to get married. We were looking for that wife. Yeah, and then when we got married, how happy we were. Yeah, and then she brought us kids and all the things like that. And yet, what? That's her job. He says the sand was also the job. Here, Ishocho, it has no choice. The sand, no feeling, no nothing. Gratitude. Yeah. So over here, even if it's her job, yeah, you have to be so much grateful to her. He says an ingrate has no connection with Hashem. Our sages say that whoever denies the kindness that his friend has done for him will ultimately deny Hashem's loving kindness. To learn to be grateful to Hashem, one must first learn to be grateful to sand, quote unquote. If you're thankful to the sand, you'll be thankful to Hashem. Why? Can you imagine the little thing that for sand that didn't do anything for you? You're grateful, so you'll never forget the greatness of Hashem or any other human being. Just like Moshe. Before a person can acknowledge and be grateful for the loving kindness of Hashem, he must first learn to acknowledge and be grateful for the loving kindness that he receives from his friends, from his wife, and even the benefit that he derives from inanimate objects. Without gratitude to the agents of Hashem's kindness, he will never be able to fully, gratefully appreciate Hashem himself, the true source of loving kindness. Imagine hot day, yeah? You go under the tree, wow, it's like immediately 10 degrees down, yeah? Sometimes it's hot. Under the tree, out of the tree, under the tree. So how grateful we have to be for a tree. that we're walking, it's like, it's unimaginable. It says, it is therefore forbidden to treat anything that has benefited or served us in any way with disrespect. Ever. You see what it says? You benefited from something, you're never allowed to be disrespectful, ungrateful for it. Even to tread on clothes is not allowed. To help us develop our sense of gratitude. And certainly, we must be very careful to honor a fellow human being that has done anything in the slightest for us. Rabbi Nachman writes in Sefer Hamidot, right? He says, somebody that you benefited from once, don't shame him. Though it is forbidden to shame anyone, it is far worse to shame a person who has given you kindness at least one time, he says, since this shows such a lack of gratitude. You hear? He says, if you benefited from somebody just one time, it's bad to be bad to anybody. But to this person, because you benefited from him. It says, Chas v'shalom. Yeah? Be'ezrat Hashem, we're going to continue tomorrow.